Fuck yeah. Shit. Went over a bit. Anabolic. kg. We've done the bar, 30 reps on the bar, 10 wide, 10 narrow, 10 on my actual grip. Then we put the pad on, did 5 reps at 60. We're going to do between 3 and 5 reps at 80. Then we'll go 100 for 1 to 3. And then we'll do his first work set, hopefully at 110. We'll see how it all feels.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. Right, we're going to see what 100's saying. This is where I put my wrist straps on, just because of how frequent we are pressing at the minute. So I train 4 days a week and I press 4 days a week, so I want to keep the wrists intact. And what you'll find is if you end up getting wrist pain, that can have a knock-on impact. You end up getting like pec pain, things like that. So this is where these come in. What you'll notice is I'm going to actually use chalk when I'm doing this. If your gym allows it, if you're cool with it, and you're not going to make a mess, or if you've got a home gym and therefore you don't care, using chalk when you press can actually make it feel a lot more stable in your hands. Some people won't make much difference, but give it a go. Definitely feels more stable.
How many land cases do you think there?
Right, so as you can tell, that went very well. Happy with that. Yeah. I know I shouldn't, but I keep thinking in my head, like, if I don't bench at least 140 in this comp, I'm gonna be fucking fuming. But we'll see. The iron gods will decide. Just gotta tick the boxes, do what you're supposed to do. Don't get hurt, see what happens. Can't force this shit as much as you might try. So yeah, that's one bar press done. Now we've got split squats. Dan's putting the program to do these bodyweight to start with, due to obviously the quad and hip stuff. Did a bodyweight last week, body felt good off the back of it. Probably gonna do the same today. If it feels super easy, super pain-free, I might add a couple 5 kilo plates each side. I mean, 2 5 kilo plates to the last set, just to make it a little bit, just to progress it slightly. After that, we've got 4 sets of wide grip pull-ups, 4 sets of 10 to 12, RP 8. Probably going to use a band for that. And then we have got incline bicep curls to finish. I haven't actually got an incline bench, but I'll just put my comp bench one side on that, and there'll be some deep stretch curls. And then I'll finish off with some stretches, quads, pecs, back, the main stuff that gets beat up. Let's get it. So, decided to be a bit ballsy, and instead of doing, I've just done 1 set, it was easy, no pain, felt loads better than last week, automatically came up faster as well, more powerful. So I can tell my quads, and my body's definitely getting used to being like loaded and being okay with it. So instead of adding weight, because we're already doing goblet squats with a heel elevated, we're already doing back squats, I figured we'd add range of motion. So got these blocks, so it's going to add a few inches. So I'm going to put my front foot on one of them. I'm going to take that quad for a deeper range, because it's actually in that bottom range where I get the most pain. So if I can do these pain free or near enough, that's going to be a big win. Yes, sir. That was Tuesday, Thursday and Friday's training. On Tuesday we hit the one board press, which is like an overloading movement for bench. So it allows my body to get used to like more load, so it helps you lift more in the long term. But then also it gives you, even though it is technically heavier, so you think more load, more stress on the body, because the range of motion is less, it doesn't beat your pecs up as much, and the pecs are the things that kind of, that's my limiting factor with my ability to train bench enough. So basically it just allows me to get in more pressing work without beating up my pecs too bad. So we hit that on Tuesday this week. That was the first bit of footage you've seen. And I worked up to 112.5 kilos, which is 7.5 kilos heavier than last week. Last week I only did 105, and a set of 6, and fucking hell man, it was just easy. Everything was just flying. In that session, I felt like I could have, it just felt one of them sessions where it just felt like I just unlocked new levels of strength like very fast from the first time I did it. So that was good. On Thursday's session, you see me do banded deadlifts. Once again, that session was phenomenal. So the week before, which was my first session doing the banded deadlifts, the week before I hit 130 kilos plus the purple bands. You have to Google how much, in fact, I'm not going to be lazy, I'm going to add on how much tension roughly the bands add on, depending on how stretched out it is. I'll add that there. So 130 kilos plus the purple band. And I did that last week for a set of 2, and it felt like I had like 3 or 4 in the tank. This week I did 145 kilos, so 15 kilos heavier, and it felt like I had like 1 rep less. But really, when you watch the footage, it looks almost as easy, if not as easy. And then at the end of this session, in the deadlift session, I hit 130 kilos for a set of 4, and it felt easier than doing 130 kilos for a set of 2 the week before. So strength's definitely moving in the right direction on them. And then I finished up the week with some close grip bench sets of 8. I'm not gonna lie, on Friday for that session, your boy was tired. I could feel it in the afternoon. I was eating my food. I'd taken Florence to nursery that morning. I'd done like a work block from like 4:30 till 2, so not even that much, but I just like worked through for that. Then I sit down to eat my pre-workout meal, and I had like no bad aches or pains or anything like that. Like everything felt fine, but I was just like, oh, I'm tired. I could sleep right now. I could just have a nap. My body's aching. I could just sleep. I got caffeinated up. I had my pre-workout, all that jazz. And that close grip bench session felt heavy, not gonna lie. So I did pretty much the same. Performance was about the same as the week before. I'd say it felt even harder, but I was just more used to doing close grip bench for reps, if that makes sense. So I did 100 kilos for 2 sets of 8, with like 3 in the tank. Probably had more than 3 in the tank on the first set, and then the last set I thought I'll give 102.5 a go, and I got to 7. It's supposed to be 8 reps. I got to 7. I thought, I feel like I've got 3 in the tank now, and I'm not willing to fuck up my progress and my program by overshooting this when I've got bench to do on Monday, which is obviously tomorrow now, because this is Sunday the 7th today. So yeah, that's that week's training. Went out for steak yesterday in Leeds with some good friends, and then just been to watch my boy Jack Ambrick, Coach Jack, who works within my coaching business. He works within the program coaching guys in my business. He's an absolute geezer, really nice guy. He just competed at an untested bodybuilding show, even though he's natural, and he looked sick. He looked absolutely class. Obviously he got out muscled a bit, because obviously he's not on steroids, so he's not he just doesn't have that, like, the muscle mass for it, because he weighed in this morning at like 69-70 kilos. He was competing against guys that are like 85. The guy who won was like 91 kilos, so the guy who won had like 21 kilogram body weight advantage on him. So yeah, but he did fucking sick. So big shout out to Jack, mega proud of him. Will Matthias, one of my mates, who's also a coach, coaches him, and yeah, he did absolutely sick. The boys did good. He ended up coming top 5, which landed him a place at Brits, but he came 5th. He wasn't happy with it, because he's used to winning his Jack, but he's used to winning against guys that are also natural, so sort of is what it is. But yeah, big up to Jack. He did really well. So just being there this morning, supported him, and then being out for a Lou and Joe's burger after that with him and his fam and Will, so that was nice. But yeah, that's where we're at this weekend. Just resting, focusing on sleep, no booze. Won't be fucking around with alcohol till after this competition. And just like making sure that on the weekends like this, as we get closer to comp, I'll probably just stick to like food plan on the weekend, last few weekends, just to make sure. But like, I'm just kind of like macro managing. So yesterday with that steak meal, I had 2 steaks, I had chips, all this kind of stuff. So like my other meals were just like Greek yogurt, 0% Greek yogurt with some blueberries, protein shake, etc. And my body weight stayed loyal. Digestion's been fine, so that's all good stuff. But yeah, I'm sitting at 189 pounds this morning. I'm ranging somewhere between 187 to 189, which I've done for the last few weeks, and we're feeling good. Hopefully we've shifted some of that fatigue, because definitely felt sleepy and tired on Friday, definitely felt like yesterday. Slightly better today, so 2 weeks left of the current block, and then it gets super specific in the last 4 weeks of comp prep. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm yappering on. Thanks for watching. Hopefully it's been helpful in some way, and if there's anything you want to see, give me a shout. Don't forget to share it on your Instagram stories, like it if you liked it. I'll speak to you soon. Peace.